In this problem, we're asked to write a method called printLeaves that outputs the leaves of a binary tree from right to left. So, for example, if we had this binary tree where at the overall root we have 2, which branches off into its children, 8, 1, and they branch off further. What we want to do is we want to print the very bare leaves, um, 9, 4, and 0. So if it happens that there are no leaves in the tree, we just want to print no leaves. So we're adding this to our public int tree class. So how would we want to go about this? Well, we do know that looking up here at the spec, if there are no leaves, then we want to print out just, I mean, we just want to print out that there are no leaves. And then, otherwise, if there are leaves, we want to print the leaves in reverse order here. So, how do we go about this? Well, let's start with our public method here. It'll be a return type of void because we're just printing out the leaves. In this case, looking at it, we have a special case that if our overall root that we're dealing with is equal to null, meaning that we have no data whatsoever, there's not going to be a single leaf. We're dealing with a empty tree here. We're just going to print out no leaves. Oops, got the spacing a little off there. What's the other case? Well, at that point, we pass through this, then we know that we do have at least one leaf. And if we looked at the structure of what we wanted to print out here, it looks like we want to print out a line where it has leaves. Followed by a colon, and then we need a little space here. And then after that, we'll print leaves in reverse order. And then what we should do is, after that, we should just kind of call out a println statement, just to be a little neat here, just in case for some reason we want to have several different calls of this method. So what we're gonna do here is we want at this point to do the kind of reverse ordering of the print leaves. We want to call upon our private method to do the meat and potatoes of this problem. So our public or our private helper method is going to be private of the type void. We're going to call it printLeaves. And what do we want to kind of pass in as a parameter here? Well, I mean, we'll do what we've been doing before, and we'll call upon printLeaves and pass in a parameter of basically the overall root so that we can look at the entirety of the binary tree. So we know that we've been dealing with overall root for a while, and we know that it's of the type int tree node. And it also says it right above in the spec, so we'll just call it root. So dealing with this, what's the case that we want to look at? Well, what happens if our root is equal to null? If root is equal to null, then we never enter, well, we just print no leaves. So we don't want to really deal with that because it's not going to do much for us. So we want to take the opposite of that and say that, okay, we do have leaves, then we want to do stuff here. So, looking at this, we're going to have two individual cases within this if statement. We're going to have, what if we're dealing with a leaf? What do we do? And, what do we do if we're dealing with a branch? Well, it seems that if we're dealing with a oh wait, yeah, if we're dealing with a leaf, then we just want to print out its data, because that's kind of what we're looking at here. And what happens if we're dealing with a branch? Then, because we know that we need to work with printing out the opposite ordering of the leaves. For example, you'd think that, okay, we work from our left side to our right side here, read from left to right. We should print out 0, 4, and 9. Well, in the printLeaves method, we should be printing out the opposite here. So, we can print, we have to work with the right side, then go to the left, then eventually go to the very far left here. So, dealing with a branch, we want to call upon call right root first, and then call left second, so that we can get our printout in reverse order here. So, so those are going to be our two cases for our do stuff. So we'll have the test. If it's a leaf here, we know that its left side is going to be equivalent to null, and its right side is also going to be equivalent to null, meaning it's not going to branch off any further. So what did we want to do? We wanted to print out its data. So we're going to say we're going to print out root.data, and then we're going to separate these things with a space here. And then at this point, we wanted to deal with the second case here, which is going to be our else statement. And we said at this point we know we're dealing with a branch, so we want to make a call upon the right root, because we want to print off the right first. Then we want to deal with the left side, so we're going to call upon the left side of our method. And we should close this off here, and let's make sure that our method works. Everything looks good. Hit submit here. Hopefully I didn't make any errors. And no, we passed the whole thing. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.